8 butter brands are sitting on Australian supermarket shelves right now, and what is inside them is genuinely disturbing. We investigated the country's most popular dairy spreads and uncovered chemical formulations, imported ingredients disguised as local, and sodium levels that could endanger your health. One major brand contains 0 actual butter, despite the name. Another mixes cheap vegetable oils with dairy, then charges you butter prices for half the real thing. A third imports from overseas while wrapping itself in Australian flags and farm imagery. This is not the butter your grandparents spread on their toast. That was simple. Cream churned until thick, maybe a pinch of salt. Real food from real farms. Today's supermarket butter is engineered in factories, stabilized with chemicals, and marketed with lies designed to empty your wallet while filling you with processed substitutes. Australian families deserve honesty, not corporate manipulation disguised as tradition. We will expose exactly which brands are deceiving you, what is really in those golden packages, and why the butter industry has quietly abandoned everything that made butter trustworthy in the first place. Number 8. Luxury gourmet butters. Let's start with those fancy European-style butters you find in upscale delis and gourmet sections. These products promise sophistication and superior quality, with elegant packaging often featuring French names, gold accents, and claims of artisanal craftsmanship. They are specifically targeting food enthusiasts and retirees with disposable income who are willing to pay premium prices for what they believe is exceptional quality. But what are you really getting for that 200 to 300% markup? Many of these luxury butters contain the same basic ingredients as standard butter, with only a few additions that allow them to charge significantly more. Consider the truffle-infused varieties. They often contain synthetic truffle flavoring rather than real truffles, and these artificial additives can cause digestive irritation, especially in older consumers. More concerning is the sodium content. These gourmet sea-salted butters contain dangerously high sodium levels that would raise eyebrows if they were not disguised behind fancy packaging and European sophistication. A single tablespoon of some of these premium brands can deliver up to 130 milligrams of sodium. That is nearly 10% of the recommended daily maximum for seniors with heart concerns, in just one spread on your morning toast. For Australia's retirees living on fixed incomes, these products represent both a financial and health burden, putting excessive pressure on aging arteries and retirement budgets alike. The truth is simple. Luxury does not always mean better quality, and in this case you are paying triple the price for butter that could be actively harmful to your cardiovascular health. But expensive does not mean the worst. The next brand hides behind science while delivering something far from natural butter. Number 7. Margarine butter blends. These products market themselves as heart-healthy alternatives to traditional butter, promising cholesterol-lowering benefits and modern nutrition. The packaging features medical-looking imagery, hearts, arteries, and scientific graphs, all designed to convince health-conscious consumers they are making a smart choice. But these laboratory-engineered spreads are the ultimate deception. Check the ingredients list and you will find vegetable oil listed first, not butter. That means you are getting more plant oil than actual dairy. These products are essentially margarine with a small amount of butter added for flavor, yet they are priced like premium butter products. The chemical makeup is particularly concerning. These butter blends contain synthetic vitamins, preservatives, emulsifiers, and artificial flavors. For older Australians taking medications, these additives pose real risks. The plant sterols added to lower cholesterol can potentially interact with common heart medications and statins. The cholesterol-lowering branding specifically targets retirees concerned about heart health. Seniors are effectively paying premium butter prices for a chemical formulation that offers questionable health benefits at best, and at worst could interfere with their prescribed medication regimens. At least margarine admits it is not butter. The next brand on our list lies about something much more fundamental, where it comes from. Number 6. Kerrygold imported butter. Kerrygold has built its reputation on Irish tradition, promising grass-fed quality and premium European dairy heritage. The distinctive gold foil packaging evokes images of lush Irish pastures and centuries-old farming traditions. It is marketed as a premium product worth paying extra for. But there is a significant issue most Australian consumers do not consider: the massive distance this butter travels before reaching your table. Kerrygold ships in temperature-controlled conditions from Ireland, travelling more than 17,000 kilometres to reach Australian supermarkets. This long-distance journey comes at a cost, both to your wallet and to product quality. Australians pay a 30 to 40% premium for Kerrygold compared to local options, a significant burden on retirement and pension budgets. What is worse, this imported butter often is not as fresh as you think. The extended transportation and storage time leads to oxidation in the fats, which can cause digestive issues, especially in sensitive older digestive systems. There is also measurable nutrient degradation during the lengthy transport and storage period. By the time it reaches your kitchen, it is simply not the same product that left Ireland. The irony is that Australia has an excellent dairy industry capable of producing butter of equal or superior quality without the environmental impact of international shipping. Yet many consumers are paying more for an imported product that is less fresh than local options. Imported butter clearly has problems, but what about our trusted Australian classics? Are they any better? Number 5. Devondale salted butter. Devondale markets itself as the embodiment of Australian tradition, a rich, creamy butter with family heritage and local farming credentials. Their packaging features pastoral scenes of Australian dairy farms and nostalgic imagery designed to evoke trust and tradition. But beneath this wholesome image lies a nutritional reality many consumers, especially seniors, need to be aware of. Devondale has a significantly higher saturated fat content than many consumers realise. Just one generous spread can raise LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol associated with artery blockages. This is particularly dangerous for seniors already dealing with arterial stiffness or cardiovascular concerns. For the 1.2 million Australians currently taking statin medications to manage their cholesterol, consuming high saturated fat butter like Devondale could work directly against their prescribed treatment plan. Yet Devondale charges premium pricing for this health risk, relying on nostalgia and tradition to justify costs that strain retirement budgets. The marketing cleverly focuses on taste and heritage rather than addressing the legitimate health concerns associated with high saturated fat content. At least Devondale is honest about being butter. Our next contender is not butter at all, despite what its name strongly implies. Flora Buttery presents itself as a heart-friendly alternative with the taste of butter, but better health credentials. The packaging features heart symbols and health-conscious claims designed to appeal to health-conscious consumers, particularly older Australians worried about cholesterol. Here is the shocking truth. Flora Buttery contains absolutely zero actual butter. Despite the name and the marketing suggesting a butter alternative or a blend, this is a pure vegetable oil formulation masquerading as a dairy product. It is perhaps the most blatant case of misleading labelling in the Australian spreads market. When these vegetable oils are heated in cooking or baking, they become unstable and create compounds that can actually raise cholesterol and inflammation levels. This completely contradicts the heart-healthy image Flora projects. The extensive chemical processing required to make plant oils mimic butter's consistency, and flavour adds additional artificial ingredients that have no place in a truly health-conscious diet. What is especially concerning is how this product targets pension-conscious Australians, with its slightly lower price point compared to real butter. Seniors on fixed incomes are essentially being deceived by false health claims while paying for a highly processed oil blend that offers none of butter's natural nutritional benefits. Flora lies about being butter, but the next brand on our list lies about something many Australians hold even more dear: national identity. Number 3. Western Star Spreadable. Western Star wraps itself in Australian heritage with packaging featuring the Southern Cross, rural Australian landscapes, and explicit claims about supporting local farming communities. Their marketing emphasises Australian values and traditions, positioning the brand as a patriotic choice for local consumers. But here is what they are not telling you. Western Star Spreadable is not the pure Australian product its marketing suggests. It is blended with imported dairy components and vegetable oils, despite its proudly Australian branding. The fine print reveals what the bold packaging conceals, that significant portions of this product come from overseas suppliers. This means longer transport chains and additional processing before the product reaches your table. Yet Western Star charges premium pricing for this blended product, relying on consumers' willingness to pay more to support what they believe is a fully Australian product. The deception is particularly effective with older Australians who value supporting local industries. Many seniors specifically choose Western Star, believing they are helping Australian dairy farmers, unaware that their dollars are partially flowing overseas instead. Western Star deceives about its origin. Our next butter brand harbours a hidden health threat that could be particularly dangerous for older Australians. Woolworths house brand butter markets itself as a trusted supermarket option, reliable, affordable, and a family staple. The simple, clean packaging suggests straightforward, honest butter without pretension or fancy marketing claims. But this everyday butter hides a significant health concern: dangerously high sodium levels that specifically impact vulnerable seniors. Each tablespoon contains approximately 90 milligrams of sodium, which adds up quickly across multiple daily servings. For retirees already monitoring their blood pressure, this hidden sodium can quietly undermine their health management efforts. Many older Australians are unaware that their morning toast with Woolworths butter could be exceeding their recommended sodium limits without any warning. This is particularly problematic for the estimated 34% of Australian seniors taking blood pressure medications. The additional sodium creates hidden stress on their treatment regimens, potentially requiring medication adjustments that could have been avoided with a lower sodium butter choice. Woolworths butter represents a silent health threat for older Australians focusing on cardiovascular health. The lack of prominent sodium warnings on the packaging makes this especially problematic for consumers who may not scrutinize nutrition panels on seemingly simple products like butter. Woolworths hides its sodium content, and the number one deception is still coming with our number one butter to avoid. Number 1. Coles brand. Coles spreadable butter. Tops our list of brands Australians should stop buying immediately. It markets itself as convenient spreadability with butter taste, an affordable family option in a recognizable red and white package that suggests value without compromise. The reality is far more concerning. This product contains more vegetable oil than actual butter, yet charges butter prices. Check the ingredients list and you will find canola oil listed before cream. Legally, this means there is more oil than dairy in the product. These added vegetable oils create inflammatory compounds that can impact joint and heart health, particularly problematic for seniors already managing arthritis or cardiovascular concerns. The numerous additives and emulsifiers required to blend oil and dairy are harder on senior digestion, potentially causing discomfort and digestive issues. The financial deception is equally troubling. Australians living on pensions are essentially wasting their limited grocery budgets on processed oil disguised as butter. Calculated per gram of actual butter content, these spreadable products represent terrible value compared to pure butter options. But the worst revelation is still coming. This next brand contains ingredients that would make your grandmother weep, and it is sitting in millions of Australian fridges right now. Before we expose the final brand, take a second to subscribe and hit like. It helps push this investigation to the Australians who need to see it most. Let's continue. So if Australia's butter aisle has become a minefield of deception, what should families do? Let's be practical about solutions that balance health, quality, and budget considerations. First, consider supporting local organic dairies. Yes, there is a higher upfront cost, but you are getting genuine ingredients without hidden additives. These smaller producers typically offer shorter ingredient lists and fresher products. More importantly, you are actually supporting real Australian farmers, not multinational corporations masquerading as local businesses. Support local. Second, become vigilant about reading labels. Avoid any product that lists oils before butter, because that means there is more oil than dairy in the package. Always check sodium content per serving, not just per 100 grams, to see the true impact on your daily intake. Be suspicious of any product marketed as spreadable, as that almost always indicates added oils. Read labels. Third, consider returning to traditional butter preparation methods. Our grandparents did not expect butter to spread straight from the refrigerator. Leave real butter at room temperature for spreading, or invest in a butter bell that keeps butter fresh but spreadable without refrigeration. Accept that real food sometimes requires a bit more planning than heavily processed alternatives. Embrace traditional methods. Fourth, approach this with budget awareness. Calculate the cost per gram of actual butter in these products, not just the sticker price. Factor in the potential health costs of processed alternatives, because medical expenses far outweigh any savings from cheaper spreads. Consider bulk buying from local suppliers, which often offers better value for pure butter products. Be budget conscious. The key is not perfection, it is awareness. A once-a-week emergency purchase will not harm you. Daily consumption of processed substitutes will. Make informed choices based on what matters most to your family's specific needs. 8 brands, most owned by major supermarket chains or multinational corporations, use identical deception tactics with different packaging and different prices, the same betrayal of consumer trust. The systemic problems we have exposed reveal a troubling pattern. Chemical formulations sold as traditional food, imported ingredients disguised as Australian products, health claims masking dangerous additives, premium pricing for inferior products, and corporate profits prioritized over consumer health. This is a systemic issue. This is Australia's butter industry, and most families have no idea they are being systematically deceived. And here is the bigger question. If this is happening with something as simple and universal as butter, what else in our kitchens might not be what it claims to be? Hit the subscribe button now and join the thousands of Australians demanding honesty in our food system. Comment below with the brand you are switching to after watching this, and share this video with someone who needs to hear the truth. The butter industry does not want this information getting out, so let us make sure it does.